So I have to ask, when you were a collector before PSA, what do you think about grading? What do you think? You went to card shows same time I did. I'm sure you heard the same refrain of, buy the card, not the holder. What do you say to somebody who says that to you now?
So I got my first card graded in 2000. It was Steve Francis. It was my guy in 2000.
Franchise. I love it.
Upper Deck jersey card that I didn't have a lot of money growing up. So I mean, it was like, I was begging for $5 to go to the card shop and buy a single pack sort of thing. And I remember I got like $800 in revenue from a card show one day, and I used it and bought like $400 on it, spent $400 on a Steve Francis Upper Deck jersey card, the horizontal one. And I sent it into Beckett. And just to try, I actually got a Gym Mint 395 and a 9 subgrade. I still remember. And anyway, the concept of condition, though, has always been important to me of cards. But for me, it doesn't matter as much with really, really rare cards, like a 1 of 1 or even the PMG greens. Like, I could care less if it's a 2 or a 10. To me, it's about the card itself. The most important thing is owning the card. The next most important thing is the grade, but not. And for many of the cards I collect, the grade is so unimportant compared to the fact that I own the card. But for some sets, where like, a good example is 96 Topps Chrome. So I'm trying to do that set and the refractor parallel in all 10s. That's, there's, I don't know, thousands of each of those cards. Like, condition does matter to me as a differentiation when the card is actually quite common, compared to some of the rare cards. But for really key rookie cards, like, LeBron's RPA, out of 99, like I have 4 or 5 of them. Like, the grade is cool, but like, the fact that I have one is like way more important to me than is it a 9 or a 9.5 or a 10. I collect those in Beckett, not PSA, believe it or not. So I think it just matters, and it's collector's preference. But to me, like, I got into graded cards really in a big way in 2010, where I wanted every Jordan card. There's an article written, I wanted every Jordan card. That's true, but I actually wanted every Jordan card in a BGS 9.5 or PSA 10. So it was even harder. And so, I just thought it would be really interesting. Like, and the concept of a packed fresh card that not only is packed fresh, but is perfect otherwise, because it was printed correctly, it had good centering. Like, to me, that's just, for most cards, that's real. For the more common cards, I just think that's really cool.
By the way, I'm going to get into the Jordan one, but you just said something very important, because we have a lot of listeners, right? And, listen, people think I step on the guests. I'm sorry, Nat. No one's a VIP here. I step on everybody. So here's the fun, right? We have all kinds of people who listen to this. Some people, they don't know cards that well, right? And what you just said is very important, because people think if they get a card out of a pack and they send it to you, it should be a 10. And what you just did, you explained it without even realizing you were explaining it, that a packed fresh card does not guarantee that it's a Gem Mint or a PSA 10 card, because it might not be perfect coming out of the factory. We all know this now because, sorry, Panini, but the quality control has been pretty piss poor over the last couple of years, and we've seen what the centering looks like. But just because you pulled it out of a pack and sent it to PSA does not mean it's a 10. So, guys, re-listen to what Nat just said, because that's important, right? It's a PSA 10. It's a lot of stuff. The card's got to be made right. The card's got to be kept right. The card's got to come out of the pack right? You can't ding it. So that's actually very important. So thank you for that. And the more important thing is, you chased every Jordan. What are you still missing?
Actually, I don't have a lot of the obscure ones. There's 2 autographs I don't have from the 90s. One's the Epic signatures from 98, which I still need. The other's the 96 UD Authentics, the brown, like, wood looking card. I actually had it and I sold it. I don't know why.
See, Andrew, this is what collectors do. We have regrets. I do the same all the time. It's like, I'm moving on. You use the money to pay for something else better. Even Nat, who's missing 2 Jordans, regrets.
Every card. Those are just those are the autographs.
Yeah, autograph
those are the autographs I'm missing. I'm missing quite a few, like like I would say less known cards. But yeah.